San Antonio did, and they still didn't have an answer for it. Or at least it was a dogfight and double overtime, right? So very, very competitive game. Seeing where those two teams are, knowing where the Lakers are, does it change the way you go about doing this offseason and doing, maybe the foreseeable, the short-term future, 2 years, 3 years, because of what you're looking at right now?
You guys all jumped down my neck when I said you need to have the nuclear option on the table. This is before this game. This is before we saw the Wemby coming out part. We thought Wemby was going to be good. Now we're seeing it. OKC is still built. So that's what I said. Everything needs to be on the table, including trading your number one asset. If you can get everything, you can't get enough for Luka.
Right.
I get you. And I would never want to part ways. But you at least have to explore that option just to see what you can do.
Because of Wembanyama.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. You tell me, do you have enough to beat them?
No. And there is nothing you're going to acquire, at least starting now. Maybe there's an in-season trade and stuff. Seeing the fact that Luka's here is proof of you never know what's going to happen. Because I don't think, you go back a couple years ago. By the way, in 2 years, Luka's going to be a Laker. You'd be like, well, you're out of your mind. He's never leaving Dallas, and yet here he is. So everything is on the table. I'm with you on that. But I keep coming back to this. Is there a move that they can get to get on that level in the short term? No, clearly there is not. But the idea of let's go back so we can go forward, which generally I'm interested in, not so much in this case, because the idea of going back to get something better than what you already have as far as Luka is concerned is almost a 0% chance.
Right.
You're not going to draft a player that's better than Luka Doncic.
Absolutely not.
You're not going to trade for a player.
You're only doing that if you're
going
to reset the whole thing. But that's
so you're just trying to reset the timeline, basically?
I mean, reset like this crop is bad. We can't go anywhere. We're stuck. Let's start over.
Yeah,
and let's see if we can fleece someone. Then you look at your number one.
But what would you be fleecing them for?
Everything you got plus more.
Okay, but that's still not as good as I've got Luka and Reeves, and I can try to build it, in my opinion.
Well, can you put a fence around Luka and build a team from there? Is that possible?
I think what we have to realize is that's your foundation.
Right.
Luka Doncic, that is your foundation. You got him. So now you got to win around the margins. The Lakers got a 25th pick this year, okay? I think that comes with development, meaning how can you develop a dude Thiero? How can you expand his game? How are you going to get him more reps? He's one of those guys that came in. He came into this offseason. He did not have a training camp. He was injured in training camp. So his real reps and stuff like that came from the G League. Now, whether that's J.J. Redick trying to get trust into his guys, that's another story. But you got to find ways, if you are keeping these draft picks and you are getting younger guys, how are you developing them? So development's one of the biggest things. But in the offseason, there's no real guy out there where it's like this Lakers team is going to take a significant leap into OKC or San Antonio. But that's still why in the offseason it's important that you're at least still doing the things necessary to start building that foundation around Luka Doncic.
I kind of believe you. It's but I would tweak it some. There are some guys that would make an immediate difference here. You just can't get them. That's the thing. That's what can you do?
Yeah, the options that are realistic to you are not going to make you on that level. But this is obviously not how it works. But even if you said to me, I'll take Luka and you can have my next 10 first-round draft picks, I'm not interested. I'm still going to, because the odds of me in the next 10 tries getting one of those, not very good. I've got one. And this is, I think, DeAndre, to your point, this is the foundation. We have poured the cement on this, and we need to build on this. Now, whether we can build it high enough, I don't know, but this is where we're going to start.
Let me just open, and I'm not saying this is the option. Let me open your eyes on the Luka thing, right? Yeah. Let's say you do fleece someone and you get all those picks. Mm-hmm. You can build a team and then trade some of those picks to get that guy to get over the hump. That's what I'm saying. If you wanted to reset the whole thing, because that's what I think you need to cut everything out and start over. If you are serious about trying to track down Wemby. How old is Wemby?
21.
21, yeah.
The average age of that team, by the way, of the San Antonio Spurs?
Yeah.
Ready? 22 years old.
It's only going to get harder from here. That's what I'm saying.
Like, they're looking at OKC, like the OKC team is on its last legs.
Yeah.
And OKC is built for the future, too. They're 22 years old on average in San Antonio.
To your point, DeMarco, as far as if they were to trade that and they were to acquire draft picks, we say the same thing over and over again, is that you got to be able to hit on those draft picks as well.
I'm far more confident now than I've ever been. I am. Because of the new group that's coming in. And like you said, there's smarter people in the room.
I agree that
they will analytic the right guy.
They'll get more good players.
Correct.
But the great player is mostly you have the number one pick at the right time.
I think that guy presents himself down the road. It always does. The Lakers are built on it.
But you got to have the number one guy. You know what I mean? Like if you pick second.
Or at least a good foundation and picks and then trade for that guy.
I get it, but to be on that level, I got to have a Wembenyama. I got to have a Jokic. I got to have a Giannis. And I know Giannis was later in the draft, but it's just one of those deals that those guys are almost always, you can see them coming. LeBron James, Anthony, whatever it is, like, yep, they're here. And then the next few years go by and it's like, well, maybe it's this guy, maybe it's that guy. The special, you can almost always see it coming.
This is true. This is true.
And then, I'm sorry. And then we had taken into consideration as well, like the draft odds and stuff have changed as well. Like there's no guarantee if you have a bad season, now a guarantee you're going to get that number one pick.
Right.
So all those outcomes are different as well. So
it's only going to get harder.
It's only going to get harder just to acquire that number one pick.
I'm just saying, when you're talking about how to make this team better and how to get over the hump with Wemby and OKC, you at least have to explore that. But not to say you go down that road. But it has to be there. The other thing, what can you do with Luka versus Wemby? What can you bring in that would help you right now with Luka? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, is there any Wemby and you know what? It's the same thing. I would rate OKC. I try to get some of their players. I would.
There's no answer for that guy.
But
not right now.
At least I can throw more.
I can throw more bodies at him, but it's like he's changed the equation entirely.
Wow.
It's like what is the answer for that? You can't go to the basket. He can score like crazy. He's competitive like crazy. He works really hard. He's not going to blow at him. So the only thing that could kind of make that thing go in a different direction is if he just flat out has a accident, right? Like something, he twists a knee, an ankle or whatever, and he misses time. Other than that, it's like he's going to go get his 30. He's going to go block his 5 shots. He's going to go get his 20 rebounds, and you're just going to have to sit there and watch him do it.
Maybe we'll get lucky, and a Kardashian will be interested.
Okay, but that's very funny, and I like that. That's very funny, and I like that.
That might help.
They send them at him in waves. Okay, just keep one after the next.
Deflect them.
Here's the difference.
No.
Yeah.
He's the sort of guy to be like, nope, not interested. Like you can't even get him with that.
Dang.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad. Children's